Ah, ah, I finally weakened the shonen anime character. I sure will win soon.
影分身の術
Okay, that's not too bad. I can still defeat him.
影分身の術
Well, fuck. I might not be a fighting expert, but there's an old technique, a tried and true strategy that will never fail. If you're not enough to beat someone up, get multiple people that look exactly like you, then beat them up. Clones, a pretty popular anime strategy that is always fun to watch. And since I'm rewatching Naruto, since Boruto doesn't exist, I realized that Naruto isn't the only anime character to use clones. So it got me thinking, who is the best clone user in anime? By that I mean popular anime that I can find information on. So we have Naruto from Naruto, Morel Macar Morel Macana Morel Mac and Cheese from Hunter x Hunter, Twice from My Hero Academia, and Black S from One Punch Man. That's not his full name, but I'm too scared to say it, so look it up. You might be wondering, how do I compare these characters? One of them is literally a reincarnated chakra alien with a demon inside. So, it's not too fair. I'll be equalizing them mostly in this situation. I have 5 categories. Strength, how much power does the clone pack? Durability, how easily can it be destroyed? Adaptability slash versatility, can be used for multiple purposes. Intelligence, how smart does the user use their clones? And maximum amount. You get it. I will give each person a score of 1 to 5 for each category for a total of 25 points. Alright, that's enough introduction. Let's start with Boruto's dad. Naruto uses Shadow Clone Jutsu, a technique that creates a tangible clone of the user, that when created, evenly splits the chakra between both the user and the clone. The same concept is used when creating multiple. The clones share the user's memories and personality of the original, so they usually act on what the person wants them to do. When clones disappear, they transfer their knowledge and experience back to the user, making them pretty useful for spy and reconnaissance, as well as training purposes. If Naruto dispels a clone on his own will, the chakra will return, versus when it's destroyed. Alright, that's the basics. So what will Naruto score? For strength, his clones use the same attacks as Naruto does, who is powerful enough as is. And with Kurama's chakra, the chakra distribution doesn't really hinder anything, so that's a 5. Durability was hard to find because we've seen Naruto's clones disappear after a strong hit. Nothing too crazy, just a solid punch. However, we've seen clones fight on Kage level and be fine. They even take damage without disappearing, so durability seems to vary based on the person's training. And for Naruto, I'll give it a 4. Like I mentioned before, shadow clones can be used for espionage and training, not to mention for attacking, decoys, and even escorting without being in harm's way. The clones have access to Naruto's jutsus, as we see them using transformation jutsu, so that's a definite 5. Naruto is not the smartest person, we know that, and when it comes to strategy, he falters a bit. But in the moment and for quick thinking situations like hiding clones underground or using transformation jutsus to disguise himself, gives him a 3. Finally, what is his maximum amount of clones? This is a very hard question to answer. Well, technically, I still even haven't even found the answer. But at 12 years old, he was able to make 2,000 clones. So, in his prime, he will definitely be able to make at least 10,000. And that's lowballing it, seeing the amount of chakra he has. So he gets a 4. You'll see why it's not 5 soon enough. Naruto gets a 21 out of 25. That's pretty good. Next we have Hunter x Hunter's resident smoker, Morel, who uses Nen to create his clone technique, Deep Purple Purple Haze Soldier, which allows him to make smoke clones that he can program commands into using his Nen. Morel can change the shape and color of his smoke, as we see him making rabbits, smoke clones of Knuckles, and himself. Starting with strength, these smoke soldiers can't really touch anything. In the anime, we see the clones attacking enemies by throwing rocks and stuff at it. So that's a 1. Well, okay, to be nice, the clones need a certain amount of strength to throw something and for it to do damage, so I'll bump it up to a 2. For durability, Morel can channel his aura into a smoky construct to make them more durable, like how he did with the smoky chain he made around Cheetu, who was unable to break it. I say it's reasonable to apply the same idea to a clone, so it'll be a 3. I would go higher, but right now it's just speculation, so we'll be on the safe side for a 3. Morel can make rabbits to swarm the enemy, hide himself among those clones, send clones to survey an area or distract the enemy, and they can attack with weapons or items. Unlike Naruto, when his clones disappear, he doesn't really receive any information. He just knows when one is destroyed without knowing why or how. So it's a solid 4 for adaptability and versatility. Intelligence is the category for Morel. He's going to excel at it. He is seen as a star player in the Chimera Ant arc, being a very strategic mind able to look at the long-term goal. He's able to beat Chitu, a strong Nen user using limited access to his clones and just his mind. That's an easy 5. Thankfully, Hunter x Hunter tells the exact number of clones he can make. If he focuses solely on the amount, Morel can make 216 smoky clones. But he can condense the number into 50, and those 50 are more responsive and stronger. It is an impressive number for sure. If I compare it to Naruto, then it would seem pretty low, but 200 is pretty high, and much more than what Boruto can do, so I give him a 3. Okay, I'm being a little nice to him, but come on, he's great. So that's a 17 out of 25. Twice has such a sad backstory with his cloning technique being an integral part of his character. Twice can clone using his quirk Double. In order to make a clone, Twice must have the exact measurements of the person he wants to duplicate. That's right, Twice can make clones of himself or other people, and if he copies another person, they can use their abilities. That leads us to strength. If Twice copies himself, well, he's an average man, so he's about as strong as a man. But if he copies someone like Muscular or Shigaraki, then the power varies, so I'll give him a middle 3. The clone's durability depends on the amount that has been made. When Twice makes a clone, it will be destroyed if it takes damage equivalent to a broken bone. Subsequent clones, however, have less and less durability. I mean, I could take a broken bone and not get destroyed, so he gets a 2. I'm kidding, but 2 is pretty solid. With the right measurements, Twice can copy anyone he wants to, with giving him a wide range of abilities. I would love to give him a 5 in this category, but we've seen Twice's backstory that the clones keep their personalities, causing a whole fight with just clones of Twice. He can't reliably use clones of other people to do what he wants, but if the objectives happen to align, it's great. So I give it a 2. I don't even need to stall for intelligence. Twice gets a 1. Why? Look at him. But seriously, Twice uses his clones in only 2 ways: to overwhelm the enemy, or just to follow what Shigaraki or someone else tells him to do. We really haven't seen him using his clones smartly. For Twice's maximum amount, we know that he can only make 2 clones maximum. But if Twice makes a copy of himself, that copy can make 2 more clones, and so on. Meaning technically he can go on forever. But remember that the durability of the new clones get lower and lower, so we don't know how long that each clone would last. I'll give him a 3. We've seen with his ultimate move, Sad Man Parade, he can make a flood of them, making it easily at least 1,000. And that's a total of 11 out of 25 for Twice. Finally, we have One Punch Man's Black S, who is an alien in One Punch Man. I'm gonna be honest, Black S's backstory and information on his duplicating abilities is little to non-existent. But what I do have is that Black S is basically like a cell, and when he takes enough damage or gets cut, he splits. After he splits, he can reform to make a stronger version of himself. But we've seen a lot of how Black S fights in the manga. I'm using the manga, not the webcomics, I'm sorry. Strength was easy to find out because with a single Black S, he was able to push back Atomic Samurai, an S-class hero, with a single punch. Which is very impressive. That's a 4 for sure. Black S's durability is based on what type of damage he takes. If it's slashing attack, like using a sword, he gets cut down pretty quickly. While blunt damage he is slightly more resistant to, but it would seem with Black Shine that it's not really that much different, so he gets a 1. Black S is a one-trick pony, and what's that trick? Bum rush every single enemy and beat them with numbers. We have seen Black S combine his clones to make Gold S or even Platinum S, so it's possible that he purposely splits himself just to combine again. But there really isn't anything that supports that. But hey, I'll give him a 2. He is no smart. He gets a 1. Any questions? Good. Okay, this is the reason why Naruto was a 4 for max amount of clones. Black S, while fighting the all-powerful king, he merges all of his clones, all 11,449,100,712,554 clones, to his Gold S version, who had 43 trillion clones already in it, making his total number 54,449,100,712,554 clones. So if that's not a 5, I don't know what would be. I would give him a 10 if I could. In total, he gets a 13 out of 25. So are any of you surprised that Naruto blew the competition out of the water? I'm sorry I clickbaited you, but I realized why the clones were so powerful for Naruto. It's because of his base abilities. You see, Morel focuses on his intelligence and strategy. Twice is strong only when given instructions or backed into a corner. Black S is strong and surely has the numbers. But Naruto is more well-rounded and uses his shadow clones to enhance his prowess, while the others have their clones integrated to all their abilities. So, the best clone user in anime today? Naruto. Maybe in the future, Boruto will prove his worth and make like 1 billion shadow clones. I mean, he's gonna need that kind of strength in the future. I'm not hating. If you want me to talk about any other abilities or techniques, let me know in the comments down below. Alright, peace.